But if you tell her I sent you, she'll take care of you. She doesn't know my name, but I've been going there for like 4 years. She calls everybody baby, but I have my magazine there. So if you say the stylist guy from TV, she'll take care of you. Don't say yeah, you can't tell her my name. She'll be like, who? Yo, what's up? We're here, Portland State University. It is Woke Week. We're talking to the students, the business students, marketing students about branding, personal branding, online and off. Check it out, man. We're giving a full presentation, Q&A. I'm excited. We've been talking about doing this for a minute, so this is the day. Tune in.
Because I don't want to butcher his intro. So if y'all could just give a round of applause for Brandon.
We're going to be talking about branding. I am considered a wardrobe stylist. Wardrobe branding is what I consider it. I do creative content for brands as well here locally. I launched my company a few years ago, 2015, but I'll go through all that. And this year I'm doing more stuff. I'm doing more brand work, more content, more wardrobing. I do TV like once a month, but that's kind of how I am, how I got started. Before I was in styling, fashion, like I said, I won best dress in junior high. I should have won it in high school. I won best car, but I would prefer best dress, right? But I actually was running a merchant services company. You guys familiar with credit card processing? You guys pay, make payments via credit card. So I had a business that we accepted credit card payments. I set up the businesses with the ability to accept payments. And that's what I was doing. And I liked it. I'm actually a numbers guy by trade. So it's actually kind of interesting how I went from like business, numbers, to fashion, but I think it all makes sense. So this is what I was doing. And then as I'm growing my business, I started networking because what was happening within that industry, the reputation of people that were salespeople within that field, it wasn't the greatest. So I decided I want to start branding myself, right? My business is growing, and part of it is due to my brand and other things. I'm networking and meeting people face to face. So why don't I do a show? Never did a show before in my life. Honestly, if I knew what was all involved, I would have never done it. I wouldn't be here right now. If you guys have done an event, anything and everything that can go wrong, will go wrong. Right, I mean, literally I had a model that got in an accident on the way there. I'm on stage, I hadn't scripted, I had nothing to say, but I get on stage, I start talking. And you can actually see my face, I'm pursing my lips, I'm like, man, I wish I just want to get out of this. But I let like a week pass, it's successful. I print out a sheet about what you should wear, like what is wardrobe staples, right? And again, I don't have a fashion background. So how I was able to create this show is I was now on the board of directors within my Chamber of Commerce. I was the president of the Young Entrepreneurs Group, and I leveraged that status or that title, and I went to all the other chambers. I'm like, hey, I want to do an event for professionals. It's going to be a fashion show, it's going to be networking. Like I said, 120 people for a show, sold up, ticketed, I made some money, and I'm like, okay, it was successful. The next week, people were like, yeah, I love what you said. And I'm like, maybe I should do something. So that was Fashion Next those days, and that was kind of like the beginning. I tell people all the time, based upon the image and the perception people have of you, that will give you opportunities that you wouldn't get otherwise, right? So everyone has, they create perceptions of you instantly, so why not give yourself the best opportunity? And then of course, opportunities equal money. So that's why your brand is important. Per research, Harvard Medical School, people about your confidence and trustworthiness in a quarter of a second. Right? That's like a blink of an eye. Everyone does that, right? By default. That's why I decided I would wear a suit today instead of sweats. Because I was up here in sweats, you guys probably wouldn't think I'm a stylist or know what I'm talking about. But subconsciously, we make split-second decisions. I see you and I'm saying, okay, this is where you're from, this is what you do, this is your background, this is your education level, this is what your career is, this is how much money you make. Within a quarter of a second, people determine that. And then from there, if you have the opportunity to actually meet them face to face, you then have the opportunity either to confirm what they already believe or overcome their preconceived, what they think about you, right? But we come in contact with people all the day that we never have an opportunity to even talk to. If I'm trying to network and actually find clients, I go to events where they're going to visit, right? So I go to polo events, I go to openings, I go to fashion shows sometimes, but that's not really event focused. But the thing is, people's walls are down. So you guys can do that within your industry, right? If you want to become a finance person, wherever they hang out, whatever their restaurant is, people like find a restaurant where people that you want to work with, the relationships you can build where they congregate, and go there and hang out. It's a lot easier, it's a lot less intimidating, especially if they're drinking, it makes it a lot easier. Because then they're happy and they want to talk to you. The other way is networking for contacts. So again, I go to fashion shows, this is at Fashion Next. This was a few years ago. It's probably the biggest fashion show here in Portland. Again, I don't go there for clients. I go there really to support the industry. But I understand there's two different ways you can kind of network, or how I coin networking. And it's no longer going to those events. Like I said, it's either finding an event where your clients are going to go to. The one on the left happens to be Dinner and Blanc. It's like a huge, all-white picnic. They do it all over the world. But again, I understand who my demographics was, who my audience was. This is where they go, this is where they hang out. And I simply just go there and hang out. And then if they ask me what I do, it kind of works out. Social brand congruency, right? You are no longer in control of your first impression. So before probably some of you guys were born, you could dictate how people would receive you, right? Everything was face to face. So my online presence didn't matter. But what happens, especially for you guys, is one of two things. When I'm out in public, somebody sees me, and I say, yeah, I'm the lifestylist, I do TV, I do this, I'm dressing, I'm looking the part. What they do, they go online, they verify everything I say is actually legitimate. Or they come in contact with you on Instagram, and they say, yeah, and then they see you in person, or they don't see you in person because of what they saw on Instagram, because they don't bring you in for the interview, right? So the thing is, since we are no longer in control, you need to make sure that both your offline, in-person, face-to-face present brand is congruent, consistent with your online brand. Because that is how you're going to be able to get ahead. If there's inconsistencies, there's going to be questions. And if there's questions, why would I go with you versus somebody else?